お邪魔します。いかん、何か喋らなきゃ。なんかさ、私さ、人ん家あがるとついその家の匂い嗅いじゃうんだよね。何言ってんだ私。
部屋ではあんまり吸ってないけど匂う。
そうじゃなくって、広高の匂いっていうか、その人が生活してるんだなーって実感する空気っていうのかな。いい匂いがする友達ん家とかなかった？
待てよ、俺そもそも友達いなかったから人ん家行ったことないわ。
うわー、地雷踏み抜いた。
Hey everybody, welcome to another lesson of learning Japanese. Today we're going to go over another anime line of the day. We're going to be taking a line from the show Love is Hard for Otaku, and we are going to cover a fairly simple line. In English, it is going to read, wait, I've never had any friends in the first place, so I haven't had the chance to visit someone else's house before. So in the episode, a character is saying how every time she visits someone's house, you can kind of get a feel of what their life is like just from the smell that you sniff or that enters your nose immediately upon entering the house. Then she asked the speaker of this line here, haven't you ever experienced that? Then he's trying to think of whether or not he has, and he doesn't know why he hasn't. Then he goes, oh wait, now I know, because I've never had any friends in the first place, so I've never had the chance to go to someone's house before. And so the line before this one that we're focusing on, which is that whole jazz about visiting someone's house and getting a sense of their lifestyle from the scent.
そうじゃなくって、広高の匂いっていうか、その人が生活してるんだなーって実感する空気っていうのかな。いい匂いがする友達ん家とかなかった？
Is actually a pretty complicated line. That one is the one that we're not going to cover. So we're not going to break down that line, but we just had to get it across in English at the very least to get the context down. So the line that we will be focusing on here is the following one. 待てよ。俺、そもそも友達いなかったから、人んち行ったことないわ。
待てよ、俺そもそも友達いなかったから人ん家行ったことないわ。
So let's break down this line bit by bit. First thing we notice here that it kind of consists of three different sentences. The first two are just very short, like one-worded question sentences that we can kind of omit. The there is just going like, And then the mateo is just basically saying, wait a second or wait a minute. The main sentence here starts with the word ore, which is the first person pronoun that means, of course, I. It's used by male speakers. We have the adverb somosomo, which means basically in the first place. So I in the first place, something something. The something something is going to be didn't have any friends. Tomodachi inakatta. Tomodachi, of course, means friends, and inakatta is the past form of the negative form of the verb iru, which means to be. So tomodachi iru means there are friends or have friends, friends are there, friends are existent. We're dropping usage of particles here just because this is casual conversation. We want to say not have friends or friends weren't there. So we're gonna have to turn iru into its negative form, which is of course inai. Then we in turn change that into the past because we're talking about the past here. So inai turns into inakatta. So ore somosomo tomodachi inakatta is going to translate to I didn't have any friends in the first place. This is the first clause in our sentence here. We're going to connect it to the second clause with the conjunction kara, which means because. So, because I had no friends in the first place. I've never had any friends in the first place.
待てよ、俺そもそも友達いなかったから人ん家行ったことないわ。
地雷踏み抜いた。
Hitonchi ita koto nai wa. And this is also a fairly simple clause here. We do have some peculiar things, such as the first word right there, hitonchi, which is actually kind of a slangish word or a regional phrase. It is going to mean basically someone else's house. You can see with the kanji there, it has the two kanji characters for person and house. So hitonchi, person, someone else's house, a person's house or someone else's house. Again, not necessarily a word that you'd be able to find in any given Japanese dictionary because it is in fact kind of a slangish term. Now what we're going to do to wrap up this sentence is using the grammar pattern, the past plain form of a verb plus koto wa nai to mean to have never done that verb. It's the negative form of the pattern where we would use koto ga aru to mean we have done that verb, but again, we're saying that we've never been to someone else's house. So we're using the negative form. So we take the verb to go, which is iku. We change it into the past plain form, so it turns into ita. Then we plug in koto wa nai to mean have not gone. And again, like I said, for the first clause of the sentence, he's dropping particle usage here because it's a casual conversation. So instead of koto wa nai, it's just koto nai, ita koto nai, and that will still mean the same thing, just more casual. So have not gone, basically. And then we see here at the very end of the sentence is the sentence ending particle wa. If you're emulating this sentence, you probably wouldn't be using that. Maybe you'd use the sentence ending particle yo instead, or just no sentence ending particle at all. And so altogether, this is fairly simple. You should be able to wrap it around your head without me rehashing it, but we're gonna do it anyways, of course, as always. So altogether, 待てよ。俺そもそも友達なかったからhitonchi ita koto nai wa. And that is going to translate to, wait, I've never had any friends in the first place, so I have not gone to someone else's house before.
待てよ。俺そもそも友達いなかったから人ん家行ったことないわ。
うわー、地雷踏み抜いた。
So yeah, fairly simple line right there. If this wasn't enough of a challenge for you, we'll provide the previous line that the other character said, which is a decent amount more complex. But before we wrap this lesson up, of course, as always, let's review the grammar patterns that we did come across, because even though this was a relatively easy line to cover, it did have its number of grammar patterns. Let's check them out. We had the negative nai form of a verb with iru turning into inai. We had to in turn conjugate that into the past ta form, plain form, so it turned into inakata. Then we had the conjunction kara to mean because, connecting the two clauses of the sentence. So because I had no friends, or I've never had any friends in the first place. We have a verb in the past plain form again with iku turning into ita. And then we're using that in turn in the grammar pattern that is the ta form of a verb plus koto wanai or koto ga aru to mean have not done that verb and have done that verb respectively. So yeah, in that single sentence there's about 4 grammar patterns for you to analyze and cement your mastery of them. With that coverage all said and done, let's replay the clip one more time and you should be able to follow it word by word pretty much.
お邪魔します。いかん、何か喋らなきゃ。なんかさ、私さ、人ん家上がるとついその家の匂い嗅いじゃうんだよね。何言ってんだ私。
部屋ではあんまり吸ってないけど匂う。
そうじゃなくって、広高の匂いっていうか、その人が生活してるんだなって実感する空気っていうのかな。いい匂いがする友達ん家とかなかった？
待てよ。俺そもそも友達いなかったから人ん家行ったことないわ。
うわー、地雷踏み抜いた。
Alright, that's gonna wrap it up for this episode of Anime Line of the Day. Remember, if there were grammar patterns mentioned for this line, they'll be mentioned in the description or the pinned comment below with links to the individual lessons on them. You can also probably find them in the playlist of our complete grammar video series shown on the screen right here alongside our anime playlist. And last but not least, don't forget to try to translate the bonus line we provided. Leave your translation in a comment below. Check out our Patreon, like the video, and subscribe. With all that said and done, see you next time.